Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chantel, and today I'm gonna do a little reading vlog, but it's gonna be a little bit different because I am going to do a little reading staycation. So I went to a getaway cabin at the beginning of the year, and I liked it so much that I booked out 2 days in February, and we're already here. But before we go, I just finished Starling House, and it was so good that I looked up a bunch of books that are like it, and I'm just gonna go grab them because I'm in the mood to kind of keep that kind of gothic romance vibes going. So we have reached the cabin, and I figured I would give you a little tour. The last time we were here, we had a 1-bed cabin. This time they were out of the 1-bed cabins, and we got the 2-bed style, and I'll show you what it looks like. So when you walk in here, there's a bed down here, and at the top there is a loft with another bed in front of a really large window so you can see into the outdoors there. There's also another window here so you can see your campfire. Out here you have a little 4-person table. On the edge here, we've got the kitchen, a little stove, pots and pans, really everything that you would need. And then back in here is a little restroom. So I brought quite a few books, and that is because I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna read. I have a huge book hangover from Starling House by Alex E. Farrow. I was obsessed with this. I really like the vibes. It's not quite a 5-star for me. It's almost a 5-star. It's 4.5, and I just love the vibes in here like a lot. So I looked up some books on Goodreads that are supposed to be similar. I overwhelmingly got What the River Knows suggested. I also swung by Barnes & Noble and picked up The Unmaking of June Farrow because I've heard that this is similar as well, and it seems like if one doesn't work, the other will. So my plan is to read one of these two, but in case none of those hit, I brought the last book in the Throne of Glass series. This one is a big guy for sure, but I know if nothing else hits, this definitely will. And because I like to use this time as a little bit of introspection as well, I also brought a book from Brianna Wiest. It's called This Is How You Heal. I loved The Mountain Is You by her, so that's why I purchased this. I also like 101 Essays That'll Change Your Life, so I'm hoping this is good as well, and it's a small one, and hopefully it'll help me be a little bit more introspective. So I am going to start, I think, with The Unmaking of June Farrow, and I guess I will update you as we go. So I got about a third of the way in last night. I only got in at 3 o'clock, so I read until bed, and then I'm going to get back into it today. But because this book is so magical and it's set on a flower farm, I had this inkling to get outdoors. So we are going on a quick little nature walk after breakfast, and I of course brought my book, so I will be reading out there as well. just finished The Unmaking of June Farrow. This was such a good book. I'm gonna get my thoughts together. I'll come back and give you a little summary, but this might be my first 5 out of 5 of the year outside of the Throne of Glass series. Pretty insane. I've never read a book like this before. Would recommend. I wanted to give you a quick little rundown of The Unmaking of June Farrow. This was really an excellent book. This is my first 5-star of the year. I am still unpacking what went on in this book. If I were to categorize it for you, I would say this is primarily a romance, and it also has a murder mystery element, magic. It's definitely fantasy, but not fantasy in that way that there are like fairies and wars and creatures and stuff like that. It's fantasy in the way that magic kind of exists, but in a more realistic way. So it's definitely set in our world as we know it. Probably one of the more unique stories I've read, and I think it is so well written and so well done. If you're in the mood to have your heart broken and then put back together, this is the one to read. If you're trying to feel something today, this is the one to read. It is so good. I couldn't recommend it more. So we are just about to leave the cabin. This was a really great time. I thought I was going to be able to read more books than I was. I really just was able to read The Unmaking of June Farrow, but I couldn't recommend it more. If you have like a cozy little stay coming up or a cozy little night in, would highly recommend. But it was so nice to read this in a little cabin. I would totally do this again just to read in, and I might do it like next month with one of my friends. So highly recommend. We're about to head out. I'm kind of sad to leave.